Oh my God!
Oh God, we're a minute late, but thank you for joining us tonight on a Saturday for some Comics Unleashed. See what we bought this week. Guys, thank you again for joining us. With me is the usual Cavalry crew, without Uncle Gary because he's doing Uncle Gary things, watching WrestleMania, doing a Ric Flair thing, with comics, without comics. He might join us, he might not. We're going to find out later on in this episode.
And Kurt and Chris are hanging out watching WrestleMania, so he may join us or he may be calling one of us to bail him out. Who knows?
I was going to say, or he could be in jail. Yeah. That's very true.
24-inch pythons, brother.
Hey, brother.
But with me, as always, we got Sal the Slab Guy. Sal, where can they find you when you're not here doing Codex things?
Well, geez, you can always find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner, right there, bam, or under Instagram as the Slab Guy 77.
And you want to introduce that guy down below you?
That guy right down there. My gosh, yeah, hell yes, I do. This is Dan the Kelly Art. He does commissions for art. Oh, there we go. Start a GoFundMe for that. Okay. He does commissions for art. He is a CGC certified artist, ladies and gentlemen. He's got some awesome prints. You can find him on Instagram, but that's just touching the surface. Dan, tell him everything that you got going on.
I mean, not really much. I don't.
Yeah, not really much.
Yeah, I post on Instagram like this. I'll post this, sometime soon. This sketch cover I did the pencils on.
Of Hush. That's good.
Yeah, I do the inks on it, but
are you going to do a background for it?
I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. Okay. I'll usually what I do if I don't know what the background is going to be, like I'll ink the.
I feel like it should just be a solid color because that's too good to put something behind it.
Yeah, like I'll ink it, and then once that's done, I might like lightly sketch out a background, and if it's something I like, I'll go, okay, I'll go with that. If not, then I'll erase it, but I won't have to worry about messing up like the main figure. Sketch covers too, like. You don't always have to have a background because you're not doing a cover or a poster or a page. Like you're just doing, the one image. So, but yeah, it's on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. I was at 900 followers earlier today. And then when I checked like an hour ago, I was at 898. So 2 just randomly dropped off. So we'll see. We're on. The goal is to, get to 1,000 by the end of the year. So we got 100 or so to go by for what?
Get that
4 months. So
what was it? Get the big D to 1K.
Get that big D to 1K, baby. We gotta drag this D across the finish line.
There we go. That's what we were looking for. And guys, you know me. You can find us at thecodexstation.com. One-stop shop for everything Codex. Get some merch meet team. Let us know what you like and don't like. And find us on all because Uncle Gary's not here, so someone's got to pick up the slack.
Oh, would that be the socials?
That would be the socials.
In true Uncle Gary's fashion, we are all just positively dripping with the socials, and we want nothing better than to give them to you.
Yes, like a late night Saturday mistake.
All resistant.
Full of regret on Sunday morning, let me tell you.
Sunday morning, I wake up, ew.
You have to show they can cure this.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got a good show for you tonight. We got pools, back issues, my trip from C2E2, and I'm going to do a quick comparison of what Baltimore and C2E2, pros and cons, basically. Yeah. Every con I'm probably going to go to, I'll probably do a little list and go from there. But yeah, it was an adventure this year. Felt like it was just cut short. So can't wait. Can't wait to go again.
Nice. Well, we should give a shout out to our Facebook page, which is the Comic Character of the Day page. We partner up with them. And down below, Dan the Kelly Art, he is the admin almighty right there. He runs all the comic questions of the day, random panels of the day, and also has awesome salacious panels of the day. There you go. That's what I was trying to get.
I don't know how many more awesomes and alsos we can get to, but
it's Saturday night, people. I need a drink. Come on.
Everyone needs a drink.
Right, whoever dropped off my Instagram are losers. For the longest time I was sitting there at like in the 870s, 880s, and I'd go up a few, and then the next day it'd be down a few, and then up a few, and then down, and it just kept hovering like going up and down a couple. Like I said, when I got the 900, I was like, oh, 900 even, awesome. This morning, and then I checked it when we were driving back from my mother-in-law's. I'm like, 898. God damn it. So I don't know. Like, people are just randomly like, I'll follow this guy. You know what? Screw him. I'm going to unfollow him. I don't know.
Oh, God. Well, real fast, though, I do want to throw a shout out. I know Uncle Gary's not here, but again, I do this yearly. Throw a shout out to the whole team, guys. Like, these guys are killing it with me, without me, behind the scenes, in front of the camera. Everywhere you look, these guys are putting in work. Dan's running the Instagram and all of our socials like a fucking champ right now. I want to throw a big shout out to you, buddy. You've been doing a hell of a job. I know I don't say it as much. I probably do, but, who gives a shit?
Say it again, damn it.
Yeah, so thank you for that. Sal's killing it with all the intros, all the title cards. This has become one of the most well-oiled machines we could possibly have as a whole crew. Uncle Gary with the tech skills and stuff, and the knowledge.
Yep. Yeah. And sometimes he has a nice book to show off.
Some facsimiles, but I think I'm catching up on the facsimile aspect though. But no, just the whole team. Sonny doesn't miss a fucking week. Like, that dude literally hit a passing in the family. He's like, I can still try. No, dude, take day off. Like, stuff like that. But, we've made some great friends along the way. Talking Geek. What's up, Booge?
Yep.
Adam, Pam.
Well, you need to start an Instagram, Booge. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just start 100 Instagram accounts and just have one, and then just follow one person, and it'll be me. And that's how I'll get to 1,000.
But
honestly, I don't know how many I have to look up what I've got for Instagram.
If everyone can, give these guys that big shout out and say thank you if you guys get a chance to. If you see them in person at a LotCon or whatever at Comic Logic or at the shop, tell them how much they appreciate it, because these guys put in work so hard. It's not even funny. So, my little spiel.
Well, thank you for that.
Appreciate
thank
it.
you for that. Yeah,
I do some things.
you show up. You show up.
Yeah, I just show up now. Hey, I'm here. No, but seriously, yeah, you guys are amazing. So I just want to throw that out there. Thank you.
Dan has some awesome interviews too up on the website. Yeah. So you guys got to check that out too.
We're scheduling more as we speak. Literally,
I'm trying. I was badgering Larry Hammond. Got him. He was kind of a dick. He messaged back. He's like, everything I have to say about G.I. Joe and Wolverine is already said by me on the internet. You can find. I'm like, if you come up with, something, I'm trying to remember how he phrased it in the message. He was like, if you come up with something, else is interesting, I might think about it. And I just messaged him back. I'm like, here's a link to all the other interviews we've done. I was like, yeah, I'd ask about G.I. Joe. I'd ask about Wolverine, but, I'm going to ask about everything that you've done in your career, like how you started, how you got to this, how you got to this, what you're doing now. Like, it's going to be about more than just that.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right. He's like, well, I'm busy with this. And then, it was a convention or something going on. And I was like, all right, I'll message you next week. And then I messaged him a few times, and it's on Facebook Messenger. So I can see that he sees the messages and then just ignores them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just
I love it.
All right.
I love it when they do that. My favorites are the ones that message me, literally get emails from, email them back, and a month later, like, oh, you still interested in doing this? Well, the book's already out. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't really do much, but we do have a cool one. Hopefully, coming up here soon with a new publishing company, which is, I can't really talk much about it, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see Sal and Dan doing that one once I can get a time frame stamped. That'd be nice.
That's what nice.
Know. It's everyone's favorite DJ. So
there's some split attention going on watching this and WrestleMania. Wow.
Yeah, I just I keep checking my phone to see who won, and it's over. So your time is now not split. Talking Geek. Stay here. Stay tuned.
Yes.
I can't even remember the last time I watched WrestleMania. Maybe WrestleMania 10.
Jeez, I think I was before that.
Because I remember buying, and I didn't watch it live. I just remember buying it on video at Walmart. As it was Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah. the greatest coke addict in the world guy.
And then they like knocked out the ref, so they kept pinning each other, but the ref was knocked out, so
they bumped into him, so he was out for 37 minutes.
Yeah, so he couldn't rule it whenever any one of them pinned each other. And I mean, that guy must have had the easiest job in the world that day. It's like, just lay here for half an hour and take a nap. Okay, cool.
Done. Do I still get paid? Awesome.
Yeah. All right, we ready to jump in and start showing off some of these books? Oh, wait, real fast, before we get into that, we do have one more thing, because this week is the last week for the giveaway.
Is it?
Yes, it is, because it's going to be announced next Saturday, the winner.
Yes, it is.
Or announced Friday, wherever I get to it. You guys will know more than I will, because I'll just post it. But we do have, again, for April, Ran Danagar War complete set, and also for the Thunderbolts coming out here soon, the Avengers Thunderbolts complete set as well. So, ways down there. If you're in chat right now, type in hashtag giveaway. We'll get you down. We'll put you in, and we'll go from there. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. And once you subscribe, take a screenshot. Let us know in the comments. Post it there. You're automatically entered. We do have a few already that have been new to the channel. So that's really cool. Keep that going. Keep that live. And lastly, if you guys don't want to miss out on one and you guys don't want to do any of that, do the $1 a month for the membership. You guys can be participating in every giveaway we have every month.
Automatically. $12 a year. Come on.
Yeah. You're literally buying 2 Starbucks coffees, and you can. How about the little comic station that could?
Boo's just saying the Attitude Era a little after that was the last time he watched. Like I said, I think it was WrestleMania 10 for me. I think all the guys that wrestled in that when I watched are either retired or dead. It was like the opening match was like Coco Beware versus Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've been watching since.
Heard that name in a while.
I think WrestleMania like 16. So maybe. How old am I again?
Young. You're young.
Yeah. So let's kick this show off and let's start showing off some books.
All right, let's do it.
Go with this. I'm trying to. It's a line from a Bouncing Soul song. You know, if anyone asks you how old you are, just say too old to bother, too young to care.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, then let's go ahead and jump into the show. I will kick us off with our intro. We don't have a countdown anymore, do we? What's up with that?
They took away the countdown.
Took away the countdowns?
Yeah, that's we can make our own.
Okay, we'll do that later. All right.
That's a
stick around, folks. We'll be back in like 10 seconds, so stick around.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another Saturday night, another Comics Unleashed, another night of us showing off what we got. As usual, I got the Cavalry crew here, minus an Uncle Gary because he's too busy in parts unknown. So, we got Sal and Dan with me tonight. Uncle Gary might jump in, might have a guest, might not, might do a showcase, might not. We don't know, but we're here for the fun. So, as usual, let's start showing off some books we got this week. And with that, I will get this set up and get Sal. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Right up there.
You want me to go first? That's right. Okay. So I have a light week this week because, stuff. So let's start off with Wolverine number 400 Legacy, otherwise known as Wolverine number 8.
Yes.
So number 4. Read it. Good story. Really cool thing is in the back, they actually show all 400 issues.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't thumbed through it yet.
Yep. Check that out. That's
if they showed all 400 issues and all the alternate covers for them, it would be twice that size.
Probably would be.
Yeah.
Probably would be.
I saw something that there's an alternate cover for it this week that I guess was a ratio variant that was like the hot cover because of something. I don't remember what. And it's like, paying all this money for a book that's
got the same pages.
Yeah, it's not just that, like, it's not gonna hold the value.
Yeah. We talked about that briefly. We were saying that with all the ratio variants, I would say a good 85% of them do not hold that value when they first come out.
No.
And out of that 15% that may hold value, they don't probably hold the whole value, but they're kind of close, or maybe 3/4 of the way. And then like maybe the last 5% probably hold the value that they did when they first came out. Because I saw a C2E2 variant, Jamie, that I saw it after you were done, and I was like, damn, I wish I had known about this beforehand. But it was a really cool Venom variant. It had Mary Jane and a Venom, almost like a swimsuit type of edition.
I know what you're talking about.
It was going for like $100 there or something.
Yeah, we were making fun of it because we were like, oh, there's a sale book.
Didn't know about it until after C2E2. So
yeah, I was waiting for a message, but I never got one.
Yeah, I'll wait till after it goes down. Then I'll scour the internet for it. So, speaking of Venom,
the only variant I can think of that's like actually held value. Oh, what a surprise! A Venom book. The only variant I could think of that's really held value is that one for Ultimate Fallout #4. That I think is actually worth more than still worth more than the regular cover. And that's the only one I can think of that's actually managed to hold its value this long term. I think that McFarlane's Spawn one the one that was like one per shop, and he did the cover and he signed it. I think that one will probably hold.
That's
value.
A little bit more unique.
Yeah.
But I think some of the Ultimate Spider-Man variants still hold, probably not their initial value, but still hold a good value. So anyhow, Web of Venomverse, Fresh Brains.
It's a cool cover. It kind of, the way the Venom's drawn, it kind of reminds me of how they drew him on the Spider-Man the animated series.
Right. Yeah. Yep. So Reddit, pretty good start to the Fresh Brains series. All right, next one is the Iron Man #7. So
is that the Mary Jane Venom?
No, that's the all new Venom book.
Oh, so
this is Web? That was Web of the Venomverse.
Yeah, because they're doing a what do you call it? Rebirth of Venomverse, and then they're doing Venomverse versus Spider-Verse.
Correct. So we saw that, and next we got X-Men #8. Well, little Mr. Sinister. I have not read this yet.
Who was that in the two?
Looks like Kitty Pryde.
Yeah, I was kidding.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is a pretty wicked cover. This is Detective Comics 1096.
Yes, it is our thumbnail for today.
Yes, it is. This is. All right. So speaking of
for today,
foily goodness time, ladies and gentlemen, we got Fantastic Four #4. Foily goodness.
The foil.
Foily goodness. And yes, it was Superman Day, and I picked up the Action Comics foily edition, and this is the actual size of what it was when it first came out.
Yes, which was cool. I thought that was a cool aspect to it.
Yep.
What was the foil I was trying to talk you into, and you weren't buying it?
Oh, it was the Hulk, Godzilla versus Hulk, I think it was.
No, I don't think that was it. I think it was something else.
Because I put that one back. What else did I was on there?
I don't remember. I just remember trying to talk you into one.
You always try to talk me into buying a foil variant, you know?
Yes.
Just couldn't do it.
And like 75% of the time, you do it.
75. Try 95% of the time.
Yeah. At least should be an honest sale. Like that's the key.
I told them at the shop, I was like, y'all should start giving me commission on this stuff I talk them into buying.
Yeah. They should. Anyhow, that's all I have for this week.
All right, Dan.
All right. Start off with my DC stuff. I got Wonder Woman 20. Keep hearing about how good this series is, and I saw
it is good.
There's two-part story with Batman investigating a murder there up amongst the gods. So I thought, that'll be interesting to check out. I don't know if you guys, or I don't know if you, Jamie, got this. I know Gary's buying it. I've only read a couple of the books I got this week. I found this one interesting, the way that it's laid out. All the pages are all 9-panel pages.
Yeah.
Three. Every page is 9 panels like that, except for one page that's a splash page. And it's something that, again, being an artist myself, obviously not on the level anywhere close to these guys, but it's, and then a writer too, it's stuff I pay attention to. And like I noticed with the pacing of it, with the 9 panels, that it very much felt like a, because it's Batman trying to figure out this case, that, the pacing of it with that very much made it feel like,
I'll be right back. Keep going.
Like a detective, try going through them, all the details and trying to solve the case and all that. So I thought it was, I'm not a huge Tom King fan, but I did think it was, in this issue, I did think it was very effective. So it'll be interesting to see who, the second part of it, and see who the killer actually is.
Right.
Zatanna #3. Also featuring Jamie's boy, Blue Devil.
I know. I was so happy. I actually need to pick up that series because I didn't know he was part of it.
Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. I think it's only 6 issues, 5 or 6. I want to say 6.
Yeah.
Summer of Superman special #1.
My shop was out.
Gearing up for the movie. If you want, I'll go by our shop and see if they have any more copies and pick up one for you.
Yeah, do that if they do.
I'm halfway through reading this one, and it's good so far, but it also reinforces something I believe about not just the Superman family, but about, the Bat family and the Flash family and all these. Right. There's too many of them. We got Superman with powers. Okay. And then Lois has powers now, and Lana and Steel and Steel's niece, Nat. I'm like, and that's just the 5 of them that are in here. Then there's, Jonathan, his son, and then there's Connor, and then there's Supergirl, and then there's Power Girl. There's too many of them. There's way too many of them. It takes the uniqueness out of it.
You know what they need to do? Just kill them all.
They just need to take the powers away from. Lois doesn't need powers. Every supporting character in a comic doesn't have to have powers.
No, they're a supporting character, and sometimes they're just great at being that.
Yeah, Mary Jane doesn't have to go, from one identity to the other identity. She could just be a supporting character.
The only time Lois Lane, I can say, when she had powers, when it was cool, was the Dark Multiverse version of the Death of Superman. That was the only time I was like, that's cool. Now, no.
It's fine if a character, if they do something where it's like one storyline and they get powers temporarily and then they're back to normal. But when it's, this long that it's going on, like, you're watering down the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Titans 22 with, he's back. Deathstroke coming back.
He's back.
He's been in the background for the past few issues plotting. And then I guess, the other ones I read. These ones I haven't read yet. So I guess he's making his presence known to him.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it came out last month, I got Green Lantern Corps #2 because, as I showed last week, I had issue 3 and I couldn't read it yet because I missed getting that one. So I thank you, Booge. So I am able to catch up on that now.
It's actually pretty good so far. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, same with me.
I guess it's a mini series. Again, we talked about it. Was it last week? Where all these miniseries used to put on the cover 1 of 5, 1 of 2 of 4, whatever it was, and now they just number them.
Well, it's because of that whole Poison Ivy effect that it was like, oh, it's going to be 7 issues. Now we're on 32. And then Green Arrow was supposed to be the same too.
My opinion of it, and the guys all agreed with me, is especially with comics now where you're paying $4, $5, $6 or more for a single issue. If you're starting a new series, unless it's a character that I really love, or unless it's a creative team that I really love, chances are I'm not going to pick it. I'm not going to pick it up, and commit myself to another ongoing series. If it's something where I see, hey, you know what? It's only 4, 5, 6 issues, whatever. I don't have to commit myself long term to it.
Yeah.
I'll be more inclined to pick it up. And I feel like more people would probably do that. Like, oh, it's only going to be this many issues. I'll pick it up. And then if you would get more people buying it, knowing that, and then, hey, guess what? Sales are up. Then if you decide, hey, we're going to make this a regular series, if I've already committed to it at that point and I'm liking it, hey, you know what? I'll stick on it with a regular series.
Yeah.
I feel like they're losing potential readers by not letting them know off the bat, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But like Sal, Detective Comics, I know this is wrapping up this is the last part of the opening storyline from this creative team, and I've been loving it.
Oh, Tom Taylor does no wrong when he's on DC.
Yeah. But I bet but him and Mikkel Janin on the art, like this, it's been so good. And I hated the Ram V run. I just thought it was boring and it just lasted way too long.
Yeah.
Jimmy Olsen never needed to be like half the identities he had when he had that stupid like turtle costume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most ongoing series when they start, no, they aren't going to last. Yeah, I mean, Marvel had the thing that, Marvel had it where they canceled, a few series after like 5 issues that were supposed to be ongoings, and shop owners were complaining, saying like, you're not giving people enough time to like get the word of mouth out there. Because one that I really liked was that Avengers book with Wasp and and the new character they introduced that was like a that was like a kind of detective noir superhero story. Is really good, but like just when people were starting to get the word
Avengers Inc.
and start picking it up, they're like, oh, the sales weren't good enough, so we canceled it. So I'll give Marvel credit that they said, okay, any new series is going to run at least, it's like 10 issues or 12 issues. I forget what the number was, but they said like, all right, every new series is going to run at least this long, so we give it give it a fair shake. Which is, which I think is the right thing to do. Not every book is going to be gangbusters out the door.
Right.
This one, Challenge of the Unknown, number 5.
That is the last one, I believe.
Yeah, I can't remember if it goes 5 or 6. Yeah, I guess this is the last one. It says the Challenger story will continue across the All-In saga. So this book's been fantastic, though. If they were to say, hey, this is an ongoing series, I would still pick it up. It's been really good. On to my indies, Red Coat number 11, where we're getting to meet
the Northerner.
He's one of the characters that was teased a while ago. And let's see if they have this unnamed war timeline that they've published in the back of all the books that tie in, like Geiger and Red Coat in this. And he was one that was on there from the beginning, and now we're going to finally see who he is. So there's still a couple characters on that timeline that they haven't touched on yet, but it's cool that they're getting to another one now. Dick Tracy, number 9. Just, I don't know what to say about it. It's been a really cool noir kind of detective book. Flash Gordon 8 has been surprisingly good. Deadly Tales of Gunslinger number 5. Again,
how is that? Do you like that?
Yeah. I like the first story arc more than the current one, but that's because of the artist. The writing's still good, but the art on the first story arc was much better than what it is now. But yeah, I mean it's Jimmy Palmiotti writing a supernatural western, so it's his wheelhouse.
Right.
So it's you don't have to know. I've said before, you don't have to know anything about Spawn or Gunslinger Spawn, because I didn't, and it's really cool. And this is the ad for the cover for the next one, which just looks awesome.
That is awesome.
So yeah, if you're hesitant to get into it because you're like, I don't really know anything about it, like I said, you don't have to. Just pick it up from the first issue, and everything you need to know will be explained in that. That is a good Flash Gordon cover. And the artwork in this book has been really good too. much better than I expected it to be for an independent comic doing a licensed book, because traditionally those are the books that kind of get the not so great artists.
Right.
Then only one Marvel book this week, Wolverine 8 Legacy number 400, which wraps up the initial storyline of the initial opening storyline for this series. And then I guess it has like a short story or something in the back.
It does.
That people are really getting excited about. So looking forward to getting into reading that one. So that is it for me for new stuff this week.
All right. Last but certainly not least, I have a stack because 2 weeks. I'll just show real fast. I probably have over about 100 comics to show today.
Woo!
Because of C2E2 and everything too. So I got a lot of issues, literally. But let's kick it off then with indies. So first up, the Lucky Devils number 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
That's good.
It's a good book. I got TMNT number 8.
Okay. Cool.
Loving the fact that Aaron's is still on this. And you already seen it, but Red Coat 11.
I mean, all the Ghost Machine books have been good.
Oh, they're on fire. Transformers number 19.
That was
Love
a
the
good
cover.
one.
That was good.
I think of all the Ghost Machine books, I think Red Coat might be my favorite. I know that you like Rook the best.
Oh yeah, Rook's up. It'd probably go.
Gary like Hyde Street best.
I think you go Rook, Hyde, Geiger, Red Coat.
I think for me it would go Red Coat, Geiger, Hyde. It's so hard to pick because I like them all.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that would make me put Rook a little farther down is that there hasn't been a new issue in a few months. Like they just, wrapped up their initial storyline. We're kind of taking a break for a while. Yeah. Otherwise, if it was still ongoing like the other ones, it would be up there.
Oh, definitely. But still, Geiger 13.
Did you read it yet?
No, I haven't been able to get a chance to read any of it, but I did thumb through it. It looks amazing. Especially after reading the last issue.
Well, when you're done, when you get to the end of it and it teases what the next issue is going to be, you're going to get excited.
Yeah. I hope so, because every issue's been good. So I'm like, and it is hard to rank them because every issue of everything that's been part of that line has been good.
Yeah.
There's not been a miss, really.
Yeah.
Picked up Spawn 363.
Very cool.
Nice.
That's a pretty wicked cover.
Now that
hello. Sorry. B.
Yeah.
I was like, are we under attack?
Yeah, we were.
A bee.
Yeah, there's a bee in my office.
There's a bee in your bonnet.
Yep.
They're after your meatballs.
Yep.
Well, get the marinara.
Yeah, he's a dead man if he is.
Well, Sale's dramatically trying to find an EpiPen just in case.
Yeah.
I already did the slab fairy drawing. I might have to do a drawing of Sal with like a big meatball sub.
Yeah.
Go ahead, get out of here for a second.
Or maybe I'll do a Venom cover form of Venom eating a big meatball sub.
Yeah. Wolverine 400, just like the rest of you.
Nice.
Like Sale, Web of Venomverse, Fresh Brains.
Fresh Brains.
So I'm not familiar with that. So it's different Venoms from all different.
Yeah. So basically, with Venomverse, originally was supposed to be like Carnage is trying to take out all the codexes of like everybody that ever held a Venom suit. Or
you better stay the hell away from us or whoop his ass.
Yeah. And basically they went to every universe to find like basically the symbiotes of that universe, and it just became one, kind of like with the Web of Venomverse. So you got different Spideys everywhere, or Spider-Verse. You got different Spideys everywhere. Now the two are actually coming together to have like a war, which will end up in a handshake and be like, "I'm so sorry, lick me with your tongue."
Like I know the Spider-Verse had like it wasn't just Peter Parkers from a bunch of different universes.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot of Peter Parkers,
like,
but then it was like, oh, Spider-Gwen and Silk, and like the Spider-Man of India is Venom the same way. It's like, yeah, we got like 50 Eddie Brocks, and then we got Willie Lumpkin as Venom.
So, like Eddie Brock's killed in like every other universe there, and like they lost their son Dylan in a different universe, or Dylan became Null, or whatever the case may be. So
they got a bunch of different people that have the Venom symbiote.
Yeah. So like everyone you would think in our universe that would have Venom symbiote who hasn't in a different universe, like Steve Rogers and everybody else. But next up, Ultimate Wolverine number 4.
I would want to read the one where Willie Lumpkin has the Venom symbiote.
Howard the Duck's got one. Sal loves it. He's got 13 variants of it.
Or the Jar Jar Binks one.
Yeah.
Misa gotta eat your brains.
Misa gotta eat your brains. One I didn't know that was coming out, but it looks really cool. Superior Avengers number 1.
Oh yeah, the Doom Avengers.
Yeah.
Palooza. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well,
I thought this series
said that Marvel and DC won't take a character that you like and just totally beat them into the ground.
Literally, even Precious says she's like, I'm tired of Venom at this point. Like we got the new one, and she's like, I'm cashed. Like I'm done.
If Sal heard that, he'd be like,
yeah. But when I thought that ended, but didn't, the Spectacular Spider-Man number 14.
Oh, nice. That's a cool cover.
Thought I had to sneeze. Like Sale, or I think Sale. Exceptional X-Men number 8.
Yeah.
With the Sinister sneeze. Got the Uncanny X-Men number 13.
Nice.
One of my favorites from the Ultimate line, The Ultimates. I just love Loki. A normal.
I read something Loki. I don't know if it was in that issue or if it's coming up that they're introducing the Ultimate Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Mm-hmm. Still one of my favorite Marvel books probably right now. The Incredible Hulk, number 24.
Nice.
I still got a lot to go through. Holy crap. Amazing Spider-Man number 1.
I got that. I got a different cover.
Mm-hmm.
I just, not to spoil, I was very disappointed.
Yeah, everyone seemed underwhelmed because it's just a continuation but with a number 1.
Yeah, and I guess whoever, I guess Peter's dating some girl, and
Shay.
Yeah, Shay, I wasn't up in it. Like I normally like that artist.
Pepe Larraz.
Yeah, Pepe Larraz, like he did Big Game with Mark Millar, which was a fantastic book.
He did Blood Hunt too.
Yeah, and I was reading it because that was half the reason I bought it.
Yeah,
and I was going through it, and I was like, it just found it very underwhelming. I mean, maybe you'll dig it. I just was kind of like. Yeah, the first issue was supposed to really grab you, and I just didn't feel like that did.
Yeah, and that's the sad thing. But
Norman Osborn backup story was better than the actual main Spider-Man story.
I believe it. No, but we got the facsimile of Fantastic Four, number 4.
Nice.
Submariner.
He beats all their asses in that.
Laura Kinney Wolverine, number 5. Got some Bucky action going.
Oh yeah. I imagine you see Bucky a little bit more with the movie getting ready to come out. What, like 2 weeks now, I think.
Yeah. We got some DC goodness now. Starting off with Wonder Woman number 20, but this is the DNA cover.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I really dug this.
I don't think I saw that at our shop.
Then we got Two-Face number 5, which is Wicked.
Now, is that an ongoing or a mini?
12 issue. Maxi.
Okay.
Just like Penguin was.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Back.
You're good. Did you stab yourself in the thigh?
No. But I've lost that B.
Yeah.
I've
sooner than later.
I'm like I knocked him out of the air, and then I knocked him right at my dog, and I'm like, crap. So I moved my dog out, and then I couldn't find the bee.
All right. Well, Absolute Flash number 2.
That's cool.
Yeah.
At some point in the show, we're just gonna hear Scow go and like for the back of his head.
I think this is probably one of my favorite covers so far. But this is DC versus Vampires World War V number 8.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool. That's such a good book.
Yeah. Ooh. Then we got Action 1085.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like the way they're doing the DC versus Vampires the same way that they did the Dead Planet thing, where they're like, here's a mini series, and then we're gonna give you another mini series, and like here's a one shot. Like they're not doing just this
like Deceased 2.
This one like long, super drawn out series that is not gonna be, is gonna have to end at some point. And they're like, here's this mini series, and we're gonna take a couple months off, then another one, then a couple months, and
Dan, it was the Superman foil you wanted me to buy at the shop.
The Superman one?
Yeah, it was the Superman foil.
But you did. You bought the Action comic.
There was another one. It was on like a little display rack on the counter.
Oh yeah. And you said you'd buy it if they still had it next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Absolute Batman number 7.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
That is a cool cover.
Yeah. The Absolute Mr. Freeze. Titans 22.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a cool cover. Yeah, I didn't see that one at our shop.
Yeah, this one's by actually Tony Daniel.
Okay.
Which you'll see Tony Daniel again later in the C2 fun. Poison Ivy number 32. This is wicked. I really like this one.
Oh yeah. That's a great cover.
That's a cool cover.
Then we got Nightwing 125.
Saw that. It's unusual.
Yeah. Definitely abstract. Obviously for the boy I had to pick it up, but Sonic the Hedgehog and Justice League number 2.
For the boy.
The boy and the boy in me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I read it to him.
Tails always annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah. But I got the facsimile of Batman 615. Because I want to at least complete the run in one way or another.
Oh yeah, I was trying to talk you into getting the foil of that too.
Yeah, you were.
Always with the foils. Another facsimile for Superman Day. Superman number 1.
Nice.
Then we got Green Lantern Corps number 3.
Oh, there's my boy guy.
With Teen Lantern.
Yeah, it's like my favorite Green Lantern and one of my least favorite Green Lanterns.
That's why they do that. So that way you can find the middle. Batman Dark Patterns number 5. I really love this series.
Yeah, Gary said it's really good.
Yeah. The first arc was intense. We got Aquaman number 4.
Oh, that's a cool cover. I like that.
We'll have to do some research to find out when the last time a week went by that DC did not publish some Batman or Batman adjacent book.
Right. I don't think ever.
It's probably been like 50 years.
Speaking of Batman, though, Detective Comics 1096.
Oh, different cover.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then to wrap up my pools for the week, I got Action. Same thing, not foily goodness, though.
That's all right. Is that the normal comic size or the original size?
That looks original size.
That looks original size to me.
So we're gonna go with Sal for this one. You have one, right?
Yes, I have one back issue.
All
right.
My thing went out again.
It's Ed. What? You okay? All right, so folks, this is actually a mail call that came from Talking Geek himself. This is Venom #1, The Mace, and this is it's the embossed cover, which is really cool, and it's signed by Bill Reinhardt.
That's awesome.
So he sent that to me. Appreciate that, buddy. I love it. He's like, I hope it's something that you don't have. I'm like, well, I do have it, but I didn't have it signed, so works out all good. So that's it. That's all the back issues I have.
You know, all those Venom miniseries that they kept releasing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aquaman has had some nice covers.
Yes, it is.
Go ahead. I thought I had some other variants to show you, but I do not.
When Marvel was putting out all those Venom miniseries, even though they were separate miniseries, they still put a Venom book out every month because as soon as one would end, the next month, the next one would start. And I was reading something that if they had just numbered it like Venom issue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, whatever, that the series would have run like 80 issues or something because they just kept going back to back that long. So, anyways, yeah. So, also from Talking Geek, I got a, they call it, they call them AOKs, where somebody just sends you something out of the blue. I don't know who came up with that term. I think we could come up with a better term than that, but that's essentially what it is.
I like for the hell of it.
What'd you say?
For the hell of it.
Yeah. So he also sent me a book, and this is one that I did not have, but I guess I mentioned it on the show how I was working on completing this run. It was only a couple books away. So he sent me All-Star Squadron number 47.
Nice, dude. That's a cool cover.
Yep,
that's an awesome cover.
It's the Todd McFarlane one. If you could.
Oh yeah. Other side.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that's there's not many. Most of the issues of this run are dollar books. There's a couple that are a few bucks. I think this is probably the most expensive one, and it's you can get it for like 10, 15 bucks. So yeah, this puts me one step closer, one book away from having the complete run. So this was really awesome to get in the mail and open it up and not expecting this at all. So Talking Geek, thank you very much. I messaged him right after I opened up. I was like, oh man, you didn't have to. That's so awesome of you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, and Booze, you're absolutely right. Lethal Protector was a good series.
Yeah. I wish I knew what happened to all my issues of it. I've got like 4 of the issues and 2. I think I'm missing 2 issues from it. And I don't know what happened to them because I bought them all as they came out. It's somewhere been lost to the sands of time.
All right. Good?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Showcase time. No.
Well, it sounds like the Predator's coming for your books.
Yep.
Is he back?
He's back.
Yeah, let me set this. My audio went out for a second, so. Good now?
Yeah, it's good.
Yes, he is. We're gonna definitely have him back at some point. We like to if any of you have noticed this year, we've been trying to have a lot of different creators from different shows come on and join us. So
all right.
Yeah.
We have, and we're about to have a lot more coming up too, which is great. But I did go to C2E2 in Chicago for Saturday for my birthday, which was great. Was really surprised.
Found themselves in jail.
Yeah, great. Wait till they pop on and be like, "We got out."
We broke out.
Do you guys want me to talk about what I thought between that and Baltimore?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the pros for Baltimore for me was the amount of creators that had space. And what I mean by space is they literally had their own booth. Like, enough room where they could move around. Everyone could stand around. The lines were organized. Everything was great there. The thing for me, which I think is another pro is it was comic-centric, where if you were looking for books, you could find them. Gary found one of my grails in like 10 minutes. And messaged me literally when I walked into the con. It was like, hey, found your book. And got it for a better price than what it was. And I was shocked, But being able to thumb through and there wasn't like an overbearingness to it. I made a comment while I was there because Precious had asked me, she goes, how does it compare to C2E2? So your guys' Saturday at that con is C2E2's Friday. Like, hands down.
Yeah, there's usually more people than this year was was kind of a light year. I was surprised that there's usually more people. So we'll
I mean, it was my first year experience of it. So when we go back, because that is happening, we're just trying to figure out, funds, and we're trying to move. So
it'll be interesting this year to see if it's, if the attendance is what it was last year or if it rebounds.
Right. But being able to find the comics, being able to, have a moment with the creators was just astonishing, because I'm not used to that. So that was cool. And the light that they give other creators, like little creators, was cool. They gave them the same amount of space, same amount of room, same amount of talking ability. There wasn't that much pop culture there. I think I found like 1 or 2 areas that had like pop Funkos and action figures and stuff like that. But overall, more comic centric, which was awesome. I go fund me putting the money on their books.
Yeah.
C2E2. The difference between that and Baltimore was, Baltimore for me felt like that could have been a 1 or 2 day experience. Because you walking through, I basically saw everything each day. A couple vendors changed out, I think. But all of that, I'll definitely look into it. But looking at, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. I saw the.
You said that, that.
You said it was a 1 or 2.
It was a 1 or 2 day thing.
Right.
C2E2, when we walked in, not being there since COVID. My last one was COVID. I went like 7 years straight, and then COVID hit. Then I moved up to Wisconsin. Going there for the day it's a 3-day deal. It's a 3-day event. Like, there's no way, unless you're going in aiming for certain books and knowing what you want and finding it. And they even have an app now for C2E2 where it's like you can find every vendor you want to look for on there, target them. They'll tell you the aisle, how much it is, like what number it is, whatever. So you can actually make your own checklist to hit everything. But just trying to find books and everything else felt kind of crazy. Like, it was cool to see. Did anyone step on you? Almost. There's some 7-8 foot tall and Thors walking around, and they scared the shit out of me. I was like, what supplements or radioactive nuclear power plant did you grow up next to? So going there, it was like, we couldn't see everything, but we kind of saw what we wanted to. A lot of vendors too from Baltimore were there. Like Victory Comics was there. I think Torpedo Comics was there. There was one more vendor. I can't remember the name of it. I have the card somewhere. But it was cool to see and interact with those same people, because I was wearing the Baltimore lanyard with it, with my pass. And they were like, oh, you were in Baltimore? I was like, yeah, it was cool. As for the creators, they actually posted that they held the record for the most creators in the building for a con, which was awesome to see. But the lines were so disorganized, and they were so close together, because they had about what my desk space is as their booth. Like, you have Tom King, Jason Aaron, Claremont, and trying to think who else, Higgins and Donnie Cates and Tony Daniel, all in the same area up front. So it was like you're in a line, and then you're like following it, and then you're like, this ain't the line for so and so
who I want to go to.
Yeah, and they're like, who are you seeing? And you're like, yeah, Tom King. You gotta scoot over to the next line. Oh, awesome, Pam.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And the amount of creators that I seen that we are affiliated with, I didn't even know they were there. Like, there was like 22 Comics and SideQuest. I think SideQuest Comics was there, and Beyond the Cape podcast, and all these other people. So I'm even thinking about, because we're going, not this year because we're getting married, but the following year we're gonna go, and I'm gonna see if we can get like a whole creators zone. You know what I mean? Like, get a meet and greet type thing going. But overall, like, C2E2 is a 3-day thing. You can find books easily. Uncle Gary would probably have a field day if you went, because so many silver and golden age books, I'll probably show a couple off. It was just insanity. Like, when I say we couldn't find everything, like, we have pictures up on my Facebook of me, Precious, and my 2 friends with the DeLorean from Back to the Future, right? Precious was gung-ho about finding this booth with the car because she wanted to take a picture of it. We didn't know if we could take a picture in it, but we saw it. We were there 8 hours. We were walking out and we saw it finally. And it was like, let's just go get a picture with it. She's like, please. Like we were literally walking out and it was in one aisle we did not even like go past. So there's so much to see, so much to do. They had a whole alien from the movies. They had the animatronics all lined up, full scale size, everything just like coming at you. Like it was just insane. They even had a LARPing area.
Oh yeah.
I was watching people beat the shit out of each other for fucking 5 minutes.
Nice.
Like, and the other cool thing is they have a like kind of like what Baltimore had like near the food court, like a gaming area. Yeah. But when I say gaming area, it had retro arcade and it had it divided between like from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 90s, all divvied up. So you had every arcade system.
Wow.
You can go in and play on. And then they had the new modern stuff where you could have tournaments and sign up for. So there's just so much to do, so much to see. I loved it. I missed it. If I had to put a scale on it, I really can't because it's so different than Baltimore, and I have a different feel where it's creator, respected on Baltimore side, which I love. But then you have, everything you could think of in one on the other. If you want to stand in line for 3 hours, it's probably going to be, I'd rather not go to C2 to stand in line again like that. But will I, if I was there 3 days? Absolutely. So
you really had to pick and choose. You really had to pick and choose who you wanted to see and get stuff signed with.
Yeah, when we got there originally, we went right for Tom King because Precious wanted more books signed by him. Wanted to see if he remembered us, which he did, which was amazing. And even him and Mitch signed a bunch of stuff for us. Even threw in some extra, stuff in there. But when we first got there, it was a 3-hour wait just for him. Jason Aaron was the same, just about. And then Claremont, you might as well just sold tickets just for Claremont at that point because the line literally went down the building.
I mean, that's how it is. A lot of the creators of Baltimore, you could just go up and there'll be short lines. The ones that the past couple of years that I've been there that I've seen have the longest lines is Claremont's always got a long line. Walter and Louise Simonson always have a long line. And last year they had Ben Edlin there who had a long line because I wanted to go get some stuff signed. And that was my regret from last year was not being able to wait because I couldn't wait. I didn't have time to wait in that line because I, was having to go around and film stuff for the, the video we made and, we had the table there and take turns covering the table and then still, I'm also, and go to other creators to get stuff signed and it's comic show. I want to go buy some comics too. So I just didn't have time to wait in any kind of long line.
Yeah. Which we're actually trying. I kind of put it in Mike's ear and Mike's really invested in it now. Trying to get all of us, if we can, to get to a C2E2. I don't know if it's all possible, but if a couple of us can make it, that'd be awesome. And that'd be 2027. So it's a 2-year notice, boys.
Okay.
But Mike's really interested. I know the guys from Comic Logic were interested. So we're trying to make that work it all out. So that way we can all meet up and go to a con again.
Well, like I said, you and Precious want to come back to Baltimore. We are guest room, so you won't have to pay for hotel accommodations.
Yes, that's definitely. Trust me, we are doing that again. We already talked about it. We loved it so much. So let's get into some of these books, so that way we can get this quickly, or as quick as I can. So I'm gonna show off all the signed stuff first. Got Mr. Miracle, one of the trades by Tom and Mitch. Precious got this one. Oop, he even did a little
cool
remark in there.
Nice.
Which was really cool. Now I gotta find space to put stuff because I don't have much room anymore because I gotta go through this whole room. One of the cool people we did get to see was Tony Daniel. We caught him right when he was leaving. Literally, he was like wrapping up and she's like, I loved Edenwood, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, let's just walk up there and see what he says. Guy took his time, talked to us for like 15, 20 minutes about, Edenwood, going on because it ends after 5 issues, but there's supposed to be a second arc. But he doesn't know if he's going to kickstart it because Image is like it's kind of saturated kind of stuff. And then was talking to me about Noctera, but he got Precious got the Edenwood #1 signed by him.
Nice.
That's cool.
Now, how many of these creators are doing free autographs compared to charging, and then what are they charging?
I don't think we spent more than $10 for a signature.
Wow.
Now, if you wanted remarks or if you wanted commissions, those were like double the price of Baltimore.
Yeah.
Because they even like a lot of them even said like when we come here, we get so backed up on commissions that when you see, hey, we're not taking commissions anymore, it's because of here. Like once March through April hits, when C2 announces when they're going to do it again, after that, we're done with commissions for like 5 months because we have so many. So they're like, that's why we charge so much because we're not going to have any more time or slots for anybody.
Yeah.
So
because they still have their regular work to do too.
Yeah, on top of that. So by the time Baltimore hits, they're back open again, and you guys get the lower rates, and it pisses me off because I want stuff. Tom King did this one.
Let's be clear. Even the lower rates are not cheap.
No, but these are like
some of them are still pretty pricey.
Yeah. But Tom King did this one for me, which I laughed because when I told him, I was like, hey, I don't know if you remember us. We're from, we saw you in Baltimore. And he's like, oh, yeah, I know you guys, don't I? And I was like, you did my engagement proposal to Precious. And he's like, oh, my God, how's it going? He's like, are you guys divorced yet? Are you guys working out? Are you still planning? What's going on? And I told him date and everything. And him and Mitch were laughing because I told him how we have their picture in our family photo album, like with holding the comic, like one of the biggest memories. So as soon as I said that, he was signing this Wonder Woman for me. And if you look at the top of the breastplates, he drew hearts.
Nice. You should have told him, like, no, we're not divorced yet, but she would leave me in a second for you.
Yes. But he did say, he goes, you picked the right one. And he's like, I know. And he's like, you know how I know? He goes, because he asked me to do it. And he's like, he is my favorite person. Don't let him go. Another one I got by King was this Black Canary variant.
Nice.
Oh, what's up, Tone?
Hey, Tone.
Tone.
Really?
Yeah.
I got Nick Chesa. I got him to sign. I have both of his novels. I got him to sign each one of those, and I got him to sign. I got him to sign 2 books. I think New Warriors #1, and I think which was the Age of Apocalypse X-Men book that he did. It was either Amazing X-Men or.
I thought it was Astonishing, but
Astonishing. Whichever one he did, I got him to sign that. The first issue of that, the first issue of New Warriors, and then both of his novels. And I think maybe it was $20.
No, but the next one, Precious Guy, is another Wonder Woman variant by King.
Nice.
Astonishing.
Did you see his? Did he have his alternate Batman cover?
Yes, he had all of them up there ready for sale. He already had them on the rack.
The one where he was like, I'm a CGC artist. Look at this piece of shit.
Yeah, that's the one that's up
like,
there. And then the last one
like, I can't believe they actually made this.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right, that's it for him. Oh, no, it's not actually. I got one more, but the one I got that was cool. So I got one signature at Baltimore, and I got another signature at C2E2 for this book. But I got Radiant Black finally by Higgins down here, and the variant cover artist Durgans.
Nice.
Yeah.
All that
up
pink,
here.
That pink looks so good on there.
Yeah, and he's got a glow in the dark remark down here. I don't know if anyone's.
Very cool.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, Tone. It's because I did the interview with him. He is sick of people always bringing him New Mutants and X-Force stuff. He had told me he appreciates it when people bring him other books to sign because he's sick of those, and that's why you'll see, and Liefeld does it too. You'll see he's like, it's this much for an autograph. If you want New Mutants 98 signed, it's this much. I'm like, I personally think it's kind of lame. You're going to have one book that you're going to charge more to get people to sign.
He's Rob Liefeld in it.
Yeah.
Well, here's a funny one. We got Human Target, the second volume. Oop. King signed it, and he wanted to put congratulations and said he forgot how to spell congratulations, so he crossed it out. He goes, "I'm the best writer ever." And he's like, "I can't even spell congratulations," so he put well wishes.
Surprised he didn't slide it over to Mitch and be like, you have better penmanship. Right,
he did for the Mr. Miracle.
Nice.
He just signed it, wanted to start writing, and he goes, Mitch, take this one, please. Because he's like, how do you spell your name, Precious, again? And he's like, you know what? Mitch has it. He's like, he signed the last book.
Yeah, go and watch the interview I did with him, because beforehand when I set it up, he even said, he's like, I don't want to talk about X-Men much. And he's like, I don't want to talk about Deadpool. I'm sick of it. And I said, hey, that's cool. I'll just ask you a couple questions about it. Like, I like New Mutants, or I like New Warriors better. So I think I spent, 20 minutes in the interview just talking to him about New Warriors.
Right. Okay, so here's some just kind of random and trying to complete a set stuff. We got, what is it? What number is it? I think it's number 1. Moon Knight foil, Fist of Khonshu.
Oh, that's
nice.
Awesome. Oh yeah, nice. I remember when that came out. That was such a cool.
We got Amazing Spider-Man number 93 from the last volume, but it's the Gleason cover.
Yeah,
that's good.
The Chasm one.
That's the first appearance of Chasm. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I did pick up a facsimile because I didn't get it when I was at the shop, but I got Silent Interlude.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
He got a ton of hate mail. Marvel got a ton of hate mail about that issue when it came out.
Yeah.
All the fans were like, you charge us full price for this. There's no dialogue in it. This is some bullshit. And then now it's like revered as this amazing issue.
Yeah. So none of these, and this is the greatest part, because I didn't have to wait till Sunday to start haggling and getting different prices. But I picked up Weird Mystery Tales number 3.
Nice. There you go.
Oh, that's a great cover.
That is one. Good one.
I picked up issue number 19.
Oh, man. Hope you feel better, Tone.
Yeah.
Read some comics.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Yep. Feel better, Tone.
Now, if I go through some too fast, just stop me on one that you want to see, if anything. I got issue number 20.
Nice.
This one's a little bit beat up, but I still love it. Shows that it's cared for.
Did you complete that run yet or no?
No, I'm still working on it, man. I can't find the Bernie Wrightson cover. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
I got number 23.
That's a great cover.
Yeah.
For that
Hanging on for dear life.
All right, let's see. I'm trying to break this into little stacky stacks so that way it's not as infuriating for everybody. I'm trying not to be like that. So me and Precious agreed on one book, one series to work on for each DC, Marvel, and Independent. So Independent, we agreed on Spawn, which you've noticed from last couple episodes. I've been getting back issues.
Now, wait, you're each doing a Marvel, DC, and Indie, or you're together? You're doing
it's together. We want to get it to read it.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's already in the prenup that she gets everything she has signed. I get everything else. We were people literally ask us what we're gonna do, and I have to tell them we've had this conversation. She knows what books are hers if she wants them. I know which ones I'm taking, but I don't ever want to talk about that because that's never gonna happen. But Spawn number 7.
Nice.
Pick that bad boy up. I've got number 22.
Oh, that's when Capullo came on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 25.
Came on in the late teens. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's from when they did a thing one month. All the original Image creators.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know, they all switched books for a month. So Jim Lee did the issue of Savage Dragon that month. Yeah. And was it Liefeld did Spawn, and they each just traded books with each other for 1 month. That was, a pretty cool thing when they used to actually get along with each other.
Right. Issue 26.
Nice. Cool.
27, which I actually like. I dig this cover a lot.
Yeah,
just with the black
and the green splatter.
Yeah. 28. 29.
Nice. So you're looking to do the complete run of Spawn?
Yeah.
Because some of those ones,
I know they're expensive, but
they get to be pricey.
Like when I talked to you guys too off screen before, like it was I was like, do you read them or do you just wait? And you guys are like, just get what you want and wait till you have it all. Like,
yeah, I mean, like I'm, for
30.
That's a great cover. Yeah, for like All-Star Squadron, I'm just been waiting to. When I was a kid, I would just read them as I got them and didn't really realize, there's stories before it and after it. And now I'm like, yeah, I know there is. So I'm waiting to get the whole thing so I could sit down and read it and not miss anything.
Right. Got 46.
He looks buff as shit there. He's hitting
and then 51.
That looks like a disgusting way to die.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next up, let me see what we got here. So I've been working on that detective run, and I got another good chunk of it. So we'll kick it off with issue 0.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's an embossed cover, right? It should be.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Then we got 550.
550.
That's cool.
Yep.
581.
Oh, that's a really cool cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know Simonson wrote on Detective 2 because there was a arc in here for him. 587.
Oh, that's a good cover too.
I like the way his cape is in that one.
Yeah, it's like flow and rip.
It looks like it's just a bunch of bats flying, like chaotically.
Yeah, 590.
Nice.
596.
Oh, that's another good cover.
We have 601.
Nice. Now, if this is the DC run you're looking to complete, you're gonna be spending a few
500 to the end for the first volume. I have completed New 52 to current. So
nice.
all I'm looking for is this first. So 602.
Nice.
603.
Oh, that's a really good cover.
Yep.
Got 604. 608.
Anarchy.
609. Kind of looks like the anime series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Brayfogle that was doing the art on that?
Yes.
Yeah, he had a lot of good stuff.
610.
Oh, that's a good cover too.
There's a lot of these. 611.
Man, did you just walk up to a vendor and say, "Do you have Detective Comics?"
These were all from Victory Comics that was in Baltimore.
He goes up, "Do you guys have Detective Comics?" That box there. Jamie just picks the box up. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. 613.
Nice.
616. Like I said, I'm trying to speed through these. 617.
Oh, that's cool.
619. 620.
Oh, that one's really cool.
Yeah.
621.
Nice.
623.
Well, that looks fierce.
And then 24.
What the hell is going on there?
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm loving the fact that it's getting closer to completion on these. 25.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
626.
God, I just look at a cover like that and think how tedious it must have been to draw all those buildings and get all those perfectly straight lines. You know.
Yeah. This is the anniversary. 627. It's the 600th appearance. Batman.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
And it's a thick boy too. 628.
Nice.
$6.29.
See, if you want to draw a great Batman cover, you don't actually have to draw Batman. You just have to draw his head and then a flowing cape and have a lot of shadows, and that's what you need to do.
Kind of like this one for $6.30.
Yeah.
6:31. We're almost at the end.
Don't bother learning anatomy. Just flowing cape, lots of dark shadows, and a head.
32.
There you go. Case in point.
6:33.
Yep. See.
6:34.
Yep.
Yeah, got only a couple left. We're nearing the end. 6:35. I like the black and white.
That is cool, especially with the red and yellow detective logo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got 6:36.
Oh,
and
cool.
then lastly for detective, 6:39.
Very cool.
Now, when you guys went, did you fly up or drive up?
We drove. It's because we were visiting my family for my birthday too. So it's a 4-hour drive. So it ain't bad.
Not like Baltimore, where you're like, "Hey, here's 3 steamer trunks worth full of of comics that have to be shipped back to me."
Sale.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So big boy book time.
Yeah.
This is a big girl book because it's Precious's pickup. We were trying to run everything Moon Knight, so that's our side for Marvel. But
so it spawned Batman and Moon Knight.
Yeah. So we were sniffing out Werewolf by Night 32s, which I had a big problem with because there's vendors that had CGC 9.8 ones for going for $1,100, and then you go to the next guy and he has a raw copy where the corners are falling off for $1,000 and there's no significance, no like signature or anything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One guy we had, he wanted $500, and I was like, like maybe, because that was her book that she wanted. And I was like, you got room on that price? And he goes, oh, this book's in the it's literally, I've had 7 people ask me so far about this book today. And I was like, all right, well, I'll come back. I'm like, I was just going to see if we could work something out. And he's like, oh, no. I can't work anything out because, I've got so many people. I was like, cool. We were leaving the con. Yeah, that was the only book left on his counter.
Huh.
And he was like, yeah, I still got people coming back. I was like, okay. But we got...
I wouldn't be surprised if he sold it, though. $500 for that book, if it's in decent condition, that's still a pretty good price for it.
Right.
Even with the price drop after the show came out, that's still a good price.
Yeah, but we got Marvel Spotlight, the Moon Knight #1.
That's a great one.
And we did not pay that price. So I was very happy.
That is a really cool one to have. That's an awesome one to have in your collection. Now, do you think you might get that one slabbed?
I was thinking about it because I was thinking about calling Sale and being like, I'm sending something to you. Just let me know the price. But I thought about it. It's up in the air right now on that one. But
that one's not old enough, I think, where they would charge
extra.
They would, right, Sal? Like that would
right. It came out after 1974, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's
so it would just
price.
be the one flat fee.
Correct.
Yeah. So the one Moon Knight book that we're working on, that series that we're working on that I didn't have completed, Mark Spector Moon Knight. So this is issue 9.
Oh, that's
cool.
And there's only a couple of them, so these will be quick. And then that pretty much wraps it up. 11.
Do you have the Stephen Platt ones from when the series, the last few of the series before it ended?
Yeah.
I remember when those books were coming out, man. Like they put him on that book because they had canceled it, and they're like, just do the last few issues until it's canceled. And then all of a sudden, it became the hottest book every month. But they already canceled it, so those books were impossible to find for the longest time.
Yeah. Issue 15 with Sandman and Silver Sable.
Nice.
They just announced that Sandman's going to be the villain in the Spider-Man Noir show.
Oh, that'd be cool. Issue 16.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Got 17.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah. This is 18.
Oh, that's a cool one too.
And then the last book of the night for me, number 24.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's a nice one. I like that one.
So yeah, that was my that was our C2E2 haul.
Nice.
For that one day.
So yeah, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. So the Dan, to answer your question earlier, it was Amazing X-Men that Fabian was on.
Okay, I just couldn't remember which one is, but I know that was the books that I chose to give him to sign. His 2 novels, the New Mutants one, and then the one Age of Apocalypse book, issue 1.
Right.
Yeah.
So good haul, Jamie. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, I tried to fly by. I didn't want to make it too, horrible and long. So.
No, man, it's good. That Marvel Spotlight, man. That is I'm jealous of that one. That is an awesome book.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And that was at the same. It was funny because I was at the same vendor. I got that. Well, we picked up that Spider-Man Gleason cover, the Silent interlude, and we got that foil Moon Knight.
Yeah.
And he's like, I gave him money. And he's like, oh, I'll keep the change. And I was like, no, I need it for the con. And I was like, wait, is that Spotlight Moon Knight? And he goes, yeah. He's like, I'll cut you a deal. I'm like, just keep the money. So
that's why I tell people, man, pay. You go to these cons, take cash. If you're paying in cash, you're gonna get deals you wouldn't get any other way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I did laugh. There was one guy, we were at a vendor. It was all silver and golden age. And all I could think of is Uncle Gary when I was standing there. Because I was grabbing, he had one of the weird mystery tales I needed. And the guy next to me stops and goes, hey, you guys got any of those romance books? And all I heard in the back of my head was Uncle Gary just laughing. And the guy goes, no, but the vendor over there has we know him, he has a full long box full of it. And he left and I walked by and all you see him go is, have it, have it, have it, have it, have it, have it. And I'm like, fuck, did Uncle Gary follow me here, like in a different body?
It was like Gary at the Frederick show. Got it.
I got this whole box, and it was just romance, and I was like,
well, that's funny. The guy that in the video where Gary's doing that, got it. The guy that has that shop, it's Clandestine Comics. He puts his own shows on around the area too, and it's funny when because I was walking around with Gary at that point, and I forget what he was looking for, but he was flipping through looking for something. I think he asked him, like, hey, you got any Sergeant Rock? And he goes, no. He's like, oh, wait. And he pulls the box out that he had behind him there. He's like, hey, I got this box. I know this is all the stuff that you like. It's like these guys are just like handing him stuff to look at when he goes up to him, like, oh, check this out. I know you.
Oh, the Uncle Gary box.
Yeah. Pam Cash is king at the cons.
100%, Pam.
If you're another C2, let me know because we'll make something work. Meet up.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely getting better deals when you pay with cash.
Yeah, I always laugh because when we were at Baltimore, we were getting food and everything, like even C2E2, you could pay with card for like food there. And a guy literally was trying to pay for his food and brought cash and like, we only take card. And he goes, are you kidding? Like had a full mouth. Are you kidding me? They told me cash is king here and you guys only want card. And all I brought was cash. I don't even have my card. And they're like, well, sir, looks like you're not eating.
Well, like, paying in cash too. The other benefit is if you have whatever cash you have is probably the limit that you have that you've decided that you can spend.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier when you're not paying cash, when you're paying for a card, just to kind of be like, yeah, it's okay. Cause it's different when you're having to count out the money. It's more real as opposed to just swiping a card. And then you think about it the next day or two, you're like, shit, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. That happens a lot.
Don't worry about food at Baltimore. I just kept making all those sandwiches every day.
Oh yeah. The only reason we stopped was, there's a vendor she wanted to try. I forgot which one it was, but that was the only time we ever really stopped because we had some of those sandwiches that you made too. I was like, sweet.
Was it that you wanted chicken tenders?
Yeah, that's what it was. She wanted the chicken tenders there. I was like, okay. Because you were like, I brought all these sandwiches. And she's like, I wanted chicken tenders.
I wanted chicken tenders.
It's like,
I was mostly thirsty. I was like very dehydrated. I don't know what it was. I drank about like 5 or 6 Gatorades a day that we were there.
No, I'm already been working on my plan of attack for Baltimore this year. Get the press pass for all 3 days. And then I have, since we're not going to have the table there, I'm not going to have to factor in like, all right, I'm going to have to spend a lot of time sitting there.
Yeah.
It's like,
all right. Have a lot of time with Gary finding a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm going to have more time to walk around and look at stuff and film, and film stuff too. Cause it's not going to be, like 6 of us there, having time to all of us walk around, film stuff. Like, so I'll be able to walk around, do that, but I'm going to budget more time to be like, all right, Friday is going to be the day to film, and like every day is going to be the day to film, but like Friday is going to be the day to wait in lines and get autographs and get, commissions or, or whatever that, like Friday's going to do that, knock it out, then Saturday and Sunday will be looking for books.
Yeah. All right. Should we call this one tonight?
Yeah, I texted Gary. I said, hey, I sent you the link in case you're able to come on. If not, no problem. He said he wasn't going to be able to make it on.
That's fine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Yeah, that is the goddamn truth.
Yeah.
Thank you once again for spending a little bit of your time on a Saturday night looking at some of the stuff that we picked up. I'm sorry if I took up most of your time, but you gotta love it.
No, it's cool, man. It's awesome. I'm so happy that you had a good time there, especially with it being your birthday weekend and you were able to get so many cool books. And especially like you were able to get the series that you targeted too. It's not like, oh, this shiny thing caught my eye. I got that, like, in this thing too. And then and you get like all these things like, all right, these are cool, but this wasn't what I was targeting.
Yeah, and that was the real fast. That was the biggest thing is like even Precious saw a couple books. She's like, that'd be cool, but let's stick to what our goal is right now. But she did see that Gleason cover of Amazing Spider-Man. And she's like, I gotta get it. Like, and that foil Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm. I wish I was going nationwide.
Yeah, it's on your side.
Coming to sell his artwork at Fairfax Comic Con. Yeah, I'll be selling it there. I'll be walking around selling it out of my backpack like the crackhead that sells DVDs out of the trunk of his car in the parking lot.
They have one of those as a vendor at C2E2.
Oh, they have those guys all over the place. Last year I didn't get anything, but other than that, I think every year I've always bought some bootleg DVD of like some unreleased movie or show or something. Mm-hmm. You get some awesome stuff there, especially the unreleased stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us. As always, Jamie, J-Dub with me, Sales Slab Guy, and Dan Kelly Art. Go check them out. Go check us out, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Go get some comics. Go read them. Talk about them with us. Let us know what you think. We'll see you in the next one.
Happy Easter.